I'm really pleased to be joined by Dale, who's just completed his Access4Lofts training. And I thought it'd be great to grab a couple of minutes with you, Dale, if that's okay. And I'd like to ask you really what it was that led you to choose Access4Lofts as being the business that you wanted to invest in.
Well, probably to start with, there's probably two phases to it. So initially, I wanted to find a franchise. That was probably the general target was to go out there and find a franchise. I was kind of looking to move away from the work I'd been doing at the moment. Working behind a desk, kind of working for the man, and I really wanted to look at taking something on that was my own. I know that starting a business myself would have been very how do you say, kind of difficult, and I'd seen a lot of people suggest franchises as they are already kind of established. You've got a support network, and so that was my first thought. Then I started looking into franchises, and I started looking what was about, and this is kind of where it goes into my why I was looking for. I was looking for something that would keep me active. I could use all the skills that I've built up over the years. I mean, I've done sales. I was an electrician's mate for a long time. I worked as a labourer. I worked in IT, and I wanted to take all those skills and put them into something that I could use all of those skills. And I looked at a few. I wanted to do some active work, so like I was looking at things like gardening, and then I came across Access4Lofts, and something clicked. Basically, in my previous house, I'd actually boarded out my own loft and installed a ladder. And it was that experience of knowing that, along with, something just jumped out at me. And after our conversation, our first initial call, which, we spoke for almost an hour on everything, something there just clicked. And that is why I decided to go down the Access4Lofts franchise.
That's an interesting point there. So how did you find the recruitment process? Because obviously you went through, well, you may not have realized it, but you go through a fairly structured process to lead you to the point where you make your decision. But in terms of the information that was provided and whether there was any pressure for you to make a decision, just talk us through how you found that experience, if you would.
It was seamless, to be honest. I think through the conversations we had in the early days, just talking about what it involved and what it entailed, although I was obviously being interviewed at the time, I didn't feel like it. Felt like it was a very relaxed conversation. It was finding out what I was interested in, finding out about the franchise itself, and it just progressed. From the early days. And then obviously into sort of the more formal meetings, I met Tim and Lindsay and we had a great chat there. And then obviously I got shown all the back end stuff, and it was a gradual progression, but you didn't feel like it. It was just like this kind of really nice flow through.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you for that. And now that you're fresh off the back of your training, I'm intrigued to know how that stacks up with what your expectations were.
They exceeded my expectations, to be honest. I'm not just saying this because you're here. I was everything that's gone through. I've been helped on every single step of the process. So everything from the beginning of what I would need to do, how, whether I need funding or whatever, I was given help and guidance through to setting up your sort of bank accounts and getting all sort of average. Everything is being handled, and everything, not only are you being handled, you're being shown as well. So you're also being helped and guided and educated on how it all works from all the way through. The last 2 weeks have been obviously the sharp end of the training. The first week was on all the systems, and there are a lot of systems, but they are all seamless. They're all very easy to use. The guidance is there, the training is there, the documentation's there, the support network is there as well. So anything I wasn't sure of, I could phone Lindsay. And then last week was into the physical stuff. A great week. where we went through everything. We went over the technical side of things again, went through all the all the physical training, which was it was great to actually start doing this stuff, and it kind of reinforced my confidence in what I was going ahead and doing. There's nothing better than, I've been stuck behind a desk for 10 years. To step back from what you've done and what you've learned and actually see the physical results was awesome. And then obviously they take you over the sales and they take you over sort of this customer support side of things. Nothing there was sort of too much, if you see what I mean. It was everything there was needed to get to a position where you feel confident to leave there at the end of the week. And that's, I left there feeling like, yes, I've got all the tools I need. I've got all the knowledge I need. I've got all the confidence I need just to get started on a Monday. So it more than matched my expectations.
That's great. So with all of that training behind you and obviously all the tools and equipment, what are you looking forward to most about the business?
I suppose there's a few things, to be honest. I think the first one is it's the little steps in the beginning. It's starting to see it grow. I'm already starting to see, sort of inquiries come in, and I'm following up those inquiries. I'm speaking to people on the phone, getting to know what they want. I'm starting to kind of, in initial, the first few months, really want to be able to build my confidence. And I'm really looking forward to be on something that in the beginning seems like really, I wouldn't say alien, but something that obviously I've not done very much of. So like in a few months' time or 6 months' time, being so confident that, I can just roll them out. And I think long term, what I'm most excited about is growing the business, becoming, to start with, it'll be me, and I really want to be able to push it and really be able to bring other people in, maybe get some employees and grow it further. Maybe in the long term, I'm excited to maybe take that further. How far can I take this? I mean, it is been made perfectly clear to me. I could take this as far as I want to. I could go out there and maybe get another region. There's a few up north from here that are still outstanding. It's that ability to keep growing and bring more people in and really be my own boss and control. And I think that's essentially it. Controlling my own destiny is what I am the most excited about.
Yeah, and I think you made a great point there, Dale, about it's as big as you want it to be. I mean, as you know, we have franchisees who've got 10 vans each. They all started with one. They all started on their own. So, nothing's out of reach there, really, is it?
Yeah, exactly. And, I've looked at these guys and they're all on the end of the phone as well. I mean, everybody is so friendly and everybody is so, because we're a team, we are all our own franchisees, but everyone is connected and we're part of a bigger family. And I can reach out to any of these guys and the experience and the knowledge is there. And all you've got to do is ask, and someone's done the job. Someone's done something. You may see something ridiculous. Guaranteed there's someone already there that's done it and they'll be able to help you with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good point. That there's, I lose track, but I think it's well over 1,000 jobs a month being done now across the network. So somebody will have come across every problem at some stage, and you always have an answer for it.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think one question I really wanted to ask you is, for anybody else who's kind of at the very early stage of the journey, as you were to begin with, what advice would you give somebody who's just considering Access4Lofts as a franchise?
Apart from it's a great thing to do, the advice I'd give is make sure that you really look at, the numbers, the figures, really do a deep dive at the beginning, really look into, what not only your personal, experience, your personal finances, really map this stuff out in the beginning. Try to work out, what you're going to need over the next few months. It's not easy. It's not as if you can just turn around and go, yeah, I'm fine, we can get on with it. You need to really understand where you are as a person, but also, listen to the people that are there listen to the advice. There are lots of people, Tim, Lindsay, yourself, all the other, speak to the other franchisees, get an idea of what they're doing, and make sure that you're 100% in your head, because you need to give 100% to really push it forward. And if you're umming and ahhing about it, or you're not sure, or there's something you will get all the training. You can get all the training, and you can get all the assistance, you can get all the help, but you need to be able to do that yourself first, and then ask for what you're not sure on. Because if you kind of and ahh about it in the beginning, they can really trip you up. But yeah, just make sure that you're 110%. But if you are, and it is a great opportunity, and if you're willing to put 100% into it, you will get 1,000% back.
That's a great answer. Thank you for that. Some very wise words there for anybody considering. So we've probably kept you long enough, because I know you've got a list of people to phone now to book in for doing surveys and quotes. But thank you for taking the time to do this. Really appreciate it, and good luck with your future journey.
Thank you very much. Thank you.